In this video, we have a fun one today, boys. I'm going to be revealing some of the hottest, most craziest texts that I've gotten from hookups, from girls, even from girlfriends and ex-girlfriends, all talking about having a big dick. So this time I'm not reviewing anything. I'm not reviewing any products. I just thought it'd be crazy. You know, I've had my whole era. I've hooked up with literally hundreds of girls, most of them on Tinder and the dating apps, a few from just like, you know, a cold approach and night game and day game and all that good stuff. In any case, I'm going to show you some of the raunchiest texts that I've gotten, some of the funniest texts that I've gotten, tell you some of the background stories about them, and at the end, I will tell you why ultimately none of it matters. It's going to be a fun and interesting video, so let's get started. Alright, so first let me give you a bit of a background. So over the past few years, so I basically broke my dick about, God, it's been like 4 years already. Developed Peyronie's, developed ED, developed, you know, as I mentioned, Peyronie's, had to get a divorce, restarted my life, and basically had to figure out all over again how to fix my dick, how to fix the ED, how to hook up, and how to get a girlfriend and how to maintain a girlfriend. And all of that has been very, very challenging. And so as part of that, I basically had to go through my whole phase in which I was just basically, you know, going to town, making use of my new tool, my brand new tool, which I've always joked that it's now bigger, better, faster than before I broke it. And so in a way, I think it was kind of to spite, right, my ex, right, who was not very, very helpful, who's not helpful at all when I was going through all those challenges. And be like, the whole point that I started this channel was to basically help out a lot of guys that have been going through the same challenges that I have, knowing that there's ways to fixing it, knowing that if you put the work, the time, the dedication to all of these things, they are fixable. As long as you don't have some sort of disease, some sort of deformity in your face, you can work with whatever you have. And with traction, you can make it even longer with, you know, faster, bigger, thicker, and all of that without any surgeries and without any of that. So I'm here to tell these guys that there's hope, that there's ways to get over all this. And even if it was a woman that was not there for you, there are ways to basically get back into dating and find a good woman ultimately. And that was ultimately my goal. As I was going through all of that, I basically, you know, had my whole era. Like I mentioned in the intro, I have literally had sex with hundreds of girls. I won't give you my exact count, but it's definitely over 100. And a lot of this I use something called PBC game. Now I've uploaded these videos before, but they were very controversial. I got a lot of backlash calling me toxic, calling me this, so I decided to take them down. But this time I'm not going to focus too much on the dating aspect. I'm just going to show you the fun the funny texts that I've gotten before. And so yeah, so I'm just going to show you like give you a little bit of background on each girl, kind of what happened, and then ultimately, and I'll show you the text that I've gotten and give you the story. So I'll just kind of quickly go through them. It should be pretty fun, and then I'll give you like my overall thoughts on everything that has happened so far and where I am today and what my next goals are. So let's go ahead and look at all the texts. All right, cool. So let's just get started. We'll just go super fast on these. So this chick, Tinder chick, so if you see this fire emoji, it basically means I met her on Tinder. And as you may have heard, I put on Tinder, I tend to put my my dick size. So these chicks are like, they know, they specifically, I think, you know, kind of swipe right because of that. So this chick, super cute, thick, black, I think black or mixed, big ass and everything. So she's like, oh, I'm still sore. I'm like, oh, I guess we just need more practice. And she just sends me the sweat emoji. Then we have this other chick, again on Tinder. We basically, she was in town. She doesn't live in LA. She was just in town, and we had been talking for a while. She finally came through, and she had messaged me. So I'm like, how you been? Of course, I'm the blue one, by the way. She was, I was good. She was like, I was good. I was at the beach today too. I've been good, reminiscing a bit. LOL. I'm like, reminiscing about what? She's like, our night together. I was like, oh yeah, it was definitely fun. What were you thinking about? And she's like, oh, you tearing it up. Your tits were glorious, not gonna lie. Yeah, she has some, you know, big titties and stuff. So I'm like, oh, and she's like, well, we should do it again soon. And like, oh yeah, for sure, we definitely have some good sexual chemistry. So she was texting me like back from her hometown. Okay, so here we have another chick. This one we met on Bumble. So this was, oh yeah, this was funny because I was out with the boys this night. This was the night after I hung out with her. And she texted me while I was out with the boys, and she was like, oh, you worked out my V, LOL, I feel sore. I was like, oh, I'm still out with the friends, but let's definitely do a part 2 soon. So enjoy your night out. So yeah, this was funny. I was all showing my friends, oh, look what this chick showed me. And she was like, what? It was just pretty funny. Here we have another chick. So this one we met on Tinder. So I had told her how like I didn't care that she was on her period. I actually kind of don't like it, but I tend to say that like if I'm horny enough. She's like, "Oh, you're not afraid of love. I love that. Hell no, I'm a man." Plus, I'm like, "There's always anal. There's always anal too." She's like, "Honey, I'm sorry, but you're too big for anal. You're literally a whole foot taller than me." Yeah. She was like a shorter chick. I think she was like 4'11" or something like that, 5 feet or something. And then I sent this gif. Oh God, no, please no. Yeah, because I was like low key hoping she would let me put it in the butt. And then she like sends me this other message. These might be out of order, but like the sentence, this other message is like, "I know this might seem too forward, but can you send me a vid of you stroking it? I'm gonna be in China for a long time, and I want something to rub one out to when I'm lonely at night." And then she sends me this meme. It was like when he's putting on a condom, and you're just waiting like. I was like, "Oh, you took that porn star comment way too seriously." I think I always joke about like I want to become a porn star, and then I'm like, I don't know. Let me think. I don't know. I feel it's kind of weird, honestly, to make a video. I've had several chicks, honestly, like ask me for that. I've never done it. I don't really like sending dick pics. It's like so rare that I do. Not a big fan of that. We should just make a vid with you stroking it next time. Oh, and then this was another. I think this was the night after we had hooked up. She was like, "Oh, my tummy hurts in a good way." And then I sent her this meme. It was like that moment when she tells me she still feels me in her guts the next day. She was like, "If my place wasn't a mess, I'd totally invite you. I'm still packing." And then I said, "I guess I'm not the only one that's packing, LOL." I was like, "Okay, I'll stop." She was like, "Oh, that was a good one." I'm like, "Oh yeah, we had good chemistry." I thought that was a cool, funny exchange. Yeah, I have this meme saved for like occasions like this. I thought it was pretty funny. So here we have another chick. This was like a European MILF. Yeah, we had hooked up. Oh yeah, she asked me for a dick pic, and I never, like almost never send a dick pic, but she was nice, and she actually sent me a nice like titty pic. She had like big titties and stuff. They were nice. They was like, "Oh damn, that looks so good. When are you gonna give it to me?" She's like enorme. So enorme is like giant. I thought that was fucking hilarious because she always made fun about like. Because she was like a European, and she was like, "Oh, are you gonna come and mow my lawn? Are you gonna come and clean my pool?" I thought that was fucking hilarious. I can always make fun of myself because I'm Hispanic. I don't give a shit. I thought that was fucking funny. She was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go mow your lawn and unclog your pipes." And then yeah, so that night we couldn't meet, but I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, the only thing this one was not much on this one. It was just like how the sex was incredible. Not much about a dick. Like you could have incredible sex regardless. Yeah, the favorite part was the ending. Oh yeah, because she was funny. She was like, "I want you to feed me, feed me, feed me." I was like, okay. That's pretty funny. Okay, so we have another chick. So this was the night after we had hooked up. Another Tinder chick. Like if you see that again, the fire emoji next to their name, that means it's from Tinder. Like last night was fire. It's like, "Oh, more like you were." I kind of just laid there. I'm like, "Hi, you took it like a champ." She was little, she was super skinny, and she took it like a fucking champ. Like sometimes I have to like hold back a lot of the times, especially if they're like little and petite and stuff. But yeah, for this one, like she fully took it. It was like, it was incredible. Like I was just like surprised that she could. Like it's just a lot of girls just kind of struggle sometimes, except for like the thicker girls. I think the thicker girls, because there's a lot more cushioning. Oh, look at that, been working out. Anyways, she's like, "Oh, and like we even tried anal. We tried anal, but it didn't work." Like she was like, it was just really tight, and even though she was like trying, it was just too tight. It just really couldn't work. She was like, "I'm like, next time anal for sure if you're brave enough." I was like, "Oh, you assume there's a next time? Very bold of you." I don't know. She's like, "I don't know how long you have to stretch it for. If you're not very patient, then it won't work." Yeah, that was my problem. I was trying to go too fast. And I guess I got impatient and like just tried to go too fast, where it's like you gotta kind of go slowly. Yeah, that kind of sucked. Missed my chance there. It's like I'll just be patient then. And that was pretty funny. Okay, so here we have another chick. Again, another Tinder chick. So this chick was visiting. She lived, I think, in Vegas or something, or she was moved or something like that. But she was visiting. She moved to Vegas. She was like, "Well, when you come to Vegas, your meat will sure need me to take your meat will for sure need me to take a day off to recover." That was funny. So basically saying like she's gonna need a day off to recover after we do have sex. It was like, oh, you did say I was meaty. I like bend you over and fucking you a lot from the back. She's like, I saw that and I did too. Oh yeah, yeah, because she was staying at like at a friend's house. So I went over and like kind of snuck in or whatever. And I guess the friend was like next door, and she was just trying really hard not to make noise, which was really fucking hard for her. And she was all like just biting the pillows. That was just fucking hilarious. She was like, I do like your meat. It was a good time. Send me a pic. I'm about to fall asleep and I miss your meat. Yeah, that was funny. Okay, so here we have another chick. This one again, another Tinder chick. She was a nurse, super freaky. Oh, I believe she let me put it in the butt. That was pretty awesome. It's so rare. But yeah, it actually kind of happened with the whole anal missionary, which was great. It's like so rare for me to get anal. It's yeah, which sucks, but because I like it. I like giving it. Anyway, so she's like, okay, she was like, oh yeah, I'm like, last night was fire. She's like, yeah, I'm sore. You owe me Tylenol for the soreness. Oh yeah, she was a nurse, so she's like, just swipe some from work. Yeah, so a lot of this time is just like about being sore. Okay, so here we go. So this one, Giga Hot Tinder chick, OnlyFans chick. We dated for a while. And yeah, I remember when I showed up, I got her, like, we matched on Tinder, got her over to come to the bar the first day, right there and then we went to my house to hook up. And she was like, oh, you don't know how lucky you are, like everybody always wants me and this and that. And yeah, like everybody was basically staring because she was like super hot, and a little bit older, like I think 37 or something like that. But yeah, she's an OnlyFans model. She's like, oh yeah. So they basically will hook up, and she's like, oh geez, I'm nervous now. So then the next day she texts me, daddy. So we hooked up. I made her squirt that night, which I fucking don't like when they squirt. To be perfectly honest, you gotta bring out I have waterproof sheets because of that. I had to bring out the towels. I didn't know she was gonna squirt, so like it was like a whole ordeal, right? I don't even think I had my waterproof sheets at that point. I think that's the reason why I got them. So I'm like, she's like, daddy. She was like, hey, last night was fire. She was like, fuck yeah, I want more. I'm like, today's hectic. But anyway, so she texted me the next day calling me daddy. This was like a super like bratty, super like difficult chick, and she was telling me about how lucky I was and this and that. And I just played it cool. I was just like, oh, whatever, yeah. And so yeah, so we dated a while. Oh yeah. So like one of the times that we had gone out and we had sex, she took a video, and she actually told me that she wanted to put this on her OnlyFans. I was like, cool, fine, I don't give a shit, So she took a video. She's like, daddy, our video is so hot. I'm like, damn, can you share it? Send it to me. Then later she's like, sorry baby, I just got so busy, but I've been thinking about you, and my pussy is so sore as fuck, but it's so worth it. And then she sends me the sex tape, which is up on her OnlyFans, like if you can find it. But yeah, it was pretty hot. It was a cool video. And then I sent her the this meme of this chick like walking crooked and stuff. Oh yeah, I'm like, yeah, I had a lot of pent up energy I unleashed on your pussy. She was like, I love it. I needed that. I miss you, and I'm super horny. So yeah, this was a bratty. Oh yeah, she's like, isn't our video hot? It was like, I gotta try out other angles. I'm gonna do some research on how to make better videos. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, super bratty, hot OnlyFans chick. Okay, so here we have another chick. This one I actually met on Hinge. This is a while ago. But she was like, I decided to, this was funny because she told me like, oh, your dick looks like this was one of those, again, like super bratty chicks. And we went out, this was like early during my like dating, and like when I was first like taking them out to dinner. I'd never take out girls to dinner on a first date, but this was back when I was like first taking them out to dinner. And then so like she's all talking about how like she has seen some big dicks and like this and that. I was like, oh, I guess you'll just have to be the judge of that yourself and this and that. So whatever. She was like super like kind of bratty and kind of like just like to talk shit. But whatever, I don't really give a shit, honestly. I think I've gotten a lot better to dealing with bratty chicks. Like that OnlyFans girl was super bratty. I've dealt with some other really bratty girls. But anyways, you just kind of know how to handle them, and they tend to be the most submissive in bed at the end. So she's like, oh yeah, she sent me this pic. She sent me like a topless pic. Oh, and I remember this chick. Apparently, she had like gigantic tits and then got a tit reduction. I think that's a travesty. I mean, that's your body, your choice. But you see, like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like, there was like these scars, which I wasn't really into it. I'm like, I don't know. I kind of wish I would have seen those glorious tits like originally, but it's all good. Anyways, she was like, I want you to, I decided to make a meme to communicate that I want you to beat up my pussy again. She called me, oh, like, she's like, oh yeah, you have an elephant trunk. I was like, that's fucking funny. When she told me that, when we were like hooking up, it's like, so that was funny because she sent me like this meme saying how like, I want you to fuck me with your big, something like that. I don't know. I don't have it here in front of me, but it was just funny. Okay, so here we have another chick. So this was a super hot Latina brat, super bratty. Like, oh my god, it took me months of texting just to finally get her out on a date. Like, she was super hot. BBL, big ass titties, big ass, super pretty. Yeah, again, this might be out of order, but anyways, so I'm like, so like I'm like, oh yeah, I'm always fantasizing about you. That's why I couldn't keep my hand. Yeah, so like, we actually dated for a little bit, and this was one of the times she had come over, and I literally like just couldn't keep my hands off of her because she was hot, and I just wanted to like bang her. She was like, yeah, you seem eager to get started last time, but I'm not complaining. I was like, LOL. I love chilling and cuddling too. I'm not gonna lie. I do too, LOL. You're really big. I'm like, yeah, I really do have a big heart with lots of love to give. And she's like, be gentle with that heart. She was like super funny, honestly. She was really funny. This was like right after she had gotten her BBL, so she got like, her titties done also. I don't know. I don't think she got implants. Like, she got like the fat into her titties. Like, how's your titty doing? Still hurts. The left one isn't suckable yet. I'm like, oh well, we'll have to focus on the right one next time. Hope you've been working out your jaw. I don't really remember why I said that. She's like, oh, with a big cock like that, I know I'm gonna have some sloppy fun. We'll need it nice and sloppy so I can put it deep inside as you wrap your legs around me. Yeah. So I'm sorry, these are out of order. So, but anyway, so like this one was like right after we hung out. So yeah, like we had chemistry. Like, it wasn't just like sexual chemistry. Like, we actually got along really well. She actually just came over to my apartment. We didn't even go out. We didn't do anything. I just finally like risked her up enough where like she just came straight over. A lot of times I would like take a chick out just to like a restaurant, not a restaurant, but like a bar, just to make sure that she's not like a catfish or whatever. But this chick has sent me plenty of pictures. I knew she was giga hot. Like, let's just skip the bar and come over to my place. So yeah, and it's funny, like the first time we watched this movie Tusk, and I actually have this Halloween mask. I came out with it, and like she was laying in bed and I scared her with it. It was like funny. Like, we had like some really cool moments, which is why we dated. It was like, oh, what have you been thinking? So it's like, how excited you got when I mentioned Tusk? And she's like, oh, you're big. I'm like, oh, we both like scary movies a lot. I'm like, haha, I guess you need to do some yoga or something. You have to get used to it. She's like, my pussy will need to do yoga. I was like, don't worry, we just need to practice a lot. My jaw just hurts just thinking about it. That's like, you should be more worried about your throat. She's like, LOL, I'm not. I was like, oh, big talk for someone who kept squirming away. Yeah, so she was one of those like kept squirming. She was like, oh, you're big, and like, don't go too hard. Even though she was like, she had a BBL, she had like curves. She was really, she wasn't like super petite. I was like, I'll grant you a rematch. You better not tap out. True. To be honest, I'm not that confident. I think you're right about practicing. Let's definitely get that practice session in soon. So this is where I started to get her out on another date. So here we talk about how like she wants me to come. Or, like, it takes me a while to come. I don't know why. Like, it's always been like that ever since like I was young. I think it's probably like just too much masturbation, or like a certain way that I masturbate. Oh yeah, she asked me if I smoke, which I don't. I don't smoke. I don't smoke weed. I'll smoke a cigarette here and there. She's like, I don't either, but I bought something from Wheat Mags this year to help me relax. It's like, she's like, daddy has to be gentle with my pussy. I like a little pain, but be gentle. It low-key did turn me on when you said I was tight. I don't remember saying that, but yeah, she's like, oh, no deal. Druggy. Oh yeah, because she was like taking painkillers. Oh yeah, because she's the weed. It's like, I had no deal. I love pounding that tight pussy. Just need some lube because it is tight. Yeah. So this chick was cool. Yeah, too bad it didn't work out because like we had a lot of chemistry. Okay, so here we go to one of my favorites of all time. This chick we met on Hinge. So on Hinge, I don't have like my dick size or anything like that, so it's a lot more It's not a sexual right away. She was like kind of autistic or just like kind of weird, very shy. She didn't drink like at all. So we went to see like the Dragon Ball movie. So we actually went out on a date. Came back to my place. I had a couple drinks. She didn't drink. She was just drinking water. But when we started getting sexual, the freak just came out of her. It was like, you never know, right? It's like the quiet, weird ones that are like the freakiest. So anyways, so we're like doing it, and I guess sometimes like you induce the chicks' periods, right? Like if you're doing it and like the chick starts having her period and then she started bleeding, she was like, I didn't know I was on my period, like it just started happening. I was like, it's okay, it's not a big deal. I was like, have you ever done anal? She was like, no, I never done anal. I was like, oh yeah, do you want to try it? She was like, yeah, let's try it, might as well. I was like, okay, cool. Oh yeah, she was apologizing for bleeding. I was like, it's okay, you made it up to me that night. She was like, phew, I'm glad. I'm sorry, I was weird. You were the first guy I had anal sex with. I'm so sorry if I was weird about it. It's like, no, not weird at all. You took it like a champ. She took it like a fucking champ. Like, I am so surprised. Like, yeah, she took it like a champ. So I'm like, did you like it? She was like, thanks, I actually did. I'm like, can we do it again? I keep fantasizing about it. Oh, yeah, so we had hooked up. Yeah, and then like we just like didn't, because she lived like a little bit far and she didn't drive, so I had to Uber her, and I don't know, I just really want to spend that money to be Ubering her. But I had fantasized about it because like that was pretty hot. Like that was super hot. Like we did all kinds of positions, like the one where she lays on her stomach, and then we did the missionary, and I just remember like the look on her face, like it was just priceless. So anyways, we talk about that here. So like, can we do it again? I keep fantasizing about it. I'm like, how would you describe it? It's like, oh, we must. In order to get good at something, you need practice and lots of it. And she was like, oh, shut up. You do? And then this is how she was like, how would you describe it? She's like, beautiful pain. This is one of my fucking favorite texts that I have ever gotten in my life. No cap. And she's like, I don't know. I'm like, damn, my pants are getting all tight. Yeah, please, let's practice together. I just remember your facial expressions. I was like, oh yeah, sorry, nothing I can do about that. Later when I see you, I'll do something about that deal. I was like, can't believe you took your anal virginity. I'm honored. Hope you tell your friends about it. I was like, you remember my facial expressions? You saw that? I'm like, yeah, you did. So thank you. It's like, you want me to brag about you? I was like, yeah, I saw you feel every inch. I'm like, hell yeah, I do. I know girls tell each other everything. I guess you'll remember that for the rest of your life. You did. I cannot believe I am admitting to this. Like, it really did feel good. Like, damn. I will definitely tell the story. And I guess I will. I hope I didn't ruin you, more like spoiled you. My favorite part was the missionary anal being deep in you. I was like, yeah, that was another first. She's like, damn, dude, immortalized in my head much. It's like, are you saying you set the bar high, no other guy will be able to compete with you? I was like, yeah, I definitely ruined you for all the other guys. I was just joking, right? We're just bantering here. He was like, feel bad for your future husband. Just kidding. She was like, I admire the confidence. She's like, well, also she had hooked up with another guy, like, and she told me more about it like the next time that we had hooked up. Because there was like a few months that we hadn't talked, and then I think I randomly hit her up because I was like, oh, I wanna have sex with her again. Oh yeah, and then here she tells me about I guess no, okay, so that was like the first part, and then months passed, and then this was like later we reconnected and we're like talking about it again. Sorry, like this thing is out of order. So she's like, I do like it, I really enjoy having anal sex with you, I just didn't want to do it with him, I did it with someone else. Oh yeah, I remember this chick actually had a boyfriend. She told me later she had a boyfriend, and she didn't tell me about it. I would never go out with a fucking chick that has a fucking boyfriend. Anyway, so she told me about it. That's right. This is why I didn't like see her again, because like later she told me she had a fucking boyfriend. I didn't see her again until she told me she had broken up. Right? Like, just side tangent. Imagine your chick is like butt fucked and like, I don't know, like you're in a relationship. Like that's kind of fucked up, I would say. I didn't know. Anyways, she was like, I do like it. And then like she apparently tried to have sex, anal sex with somebody else. And she was like, with somebody else after the breakup. So much to unpack. I was like, tell me the fucking cheese, man. I want to know. I'm curious, like, how did it go? Like I don't take her seriously. I didn't take her seriously. I was just curious. I was like, okay, we'll definitely talk about it when we hang out. Ha ha ha. She said, how was the anal with somebody else? And it's like, yeah, I like it when you could take a look into the pain and pleasure in your face. It's like a combination of pain and pleasure. She was like, honestly, it was oh my gosh, shut up. It's really fun. I can't believe I didn't do it before. But now, oh, so I turned her into like an anal queen or something. She was like really into anal from that day on. It was fucking hilarious. I was like, why was it I was like, I fantasize about it all the time. We need to make up for lost time together. She was like, you know what I think it was, she was like, I think he likes me, so he wasn't as wild as you, if that makes sense. And we cuddled afterwards. Yeah, I think it's kind of like, if when you're like, at least for me, when I don't really like a girl, I can be a lot more aggressive. It's like when I start developing feelings for like a girl, it's like it's so much harder to be aggressive. It's kind of like a catch-22, because sometimes girls like it aggressive. I've had girls say to me like, spank you really hard, and I'm like, it's hard because like I don't want to hurt you, but like, and I don't really like spank them hard, but like, yeah, I don't know, it's kind of like one of those catch-22s. So anyway, so she's like, shut up, liar. We don't have to lie to hello, it's me. We don't have to lie to each other. You are a great teacher, I'll give you that. It's like, oh, the more you squirm and struggle, the more it turned me on. Why do you think I'm hitting you up again, LOL? And like, hey, I like a little cuddling too. It's like, did it now, good to know. It's like you're a good student, and that could take a deep lesson. You're doing every girl and are back with the S. I don't know what that means. It's like, you don't cuddle. You're into that seriously. Oh, I love it deep and hard. Yeah. So this was one of my favorite text exchanges of all time. I think this is fucking legendary. Okay, here we have another chick. We met on Hinge. And yeah, we hooked up. So she's like, still shocked that happened, LOL, but it was good. I definitely needed that. It's like, I'm like, definitely have a big smile, LOL, have a good weekend. You too, thank you. She was like, I'm sore, but it was worth it. Keep it a secret, LOL, you destroyed me in the best way possible. Fucking legendary. She's like, I'm like, I could see the pain and pleasure in your face. It was hot. And of course, I won't tell anyone. Yeah, because we're like joking about it, like, oh, let's keep it a secret that we like hooked up and this and that, or just joking. She's like, oh yeah, I'm still here. It was really a lot. I like that. I really needed that. I'm still sore, LOL. It's like, LOL, guess we just need more practice. I'm like hanging out with my friend. She's like, oh, LOL, nothing to do with practice, you're just big, LOL. Double LOL there. And the last one, this fucking chick, we hooked up. I think it was some sort of Russian, Ukrainian chick, I don't fucking remember. But yeah, she was like, we had hooked up, and then she randomly texted me. She was like, oh, I'm in my car hanging out or something. She was like, I want your huge cock. Oh, she wants me to go over and have sex in the car. I'm like, what the fuck? Hell no. She was like, yes, I want your huge cock, or we can get a room. I'll suck your cock dry. Like, I'm super exhausted, and she just gets mad at me. It's like, ugh, like, bro, that's fucking weird. Anyways, that's it. That's it for all the fun text. So anyways, let's go move on to the final thoughts. And there you go. That took forever to set up, to prep, to edit the images, to set it all up. I'm probably never going to do a video like this again. I don't even know how the views are going to be, and we'll see if it's controversial like all the other ones. So enjoy it while it's up there. Hopefully it stays up there. But anyways, these are all some of the funnier texts. I had to take some of them out. I try to pick the ones that were just the funniest or the most relevant. At the end of the day, I'll tell you this one thing, guys. Yeah, it's great. I think it gave me a lot of validation, especially at the start, especially with my background, right? And it's great. It's really good to be able to, to have sex and to be able to consider it larger than normal, all thanks to PE and a lot of time and dedication that I put into this craft, and it all has paid off. And it's great to get that validation. At the same time, I'll tell you this, guys, just whatever somebody else tells you about your body does not matter, whether it's good or bad. Like, it's all about how you perceive yourself. And I know this may be kind of like, whatever kind of blue pill, PC, whatever. But at the end of the day, like, you have to have the motivation to do this for yourself. You're not doing it for any chick, right? And such that, like, the validation shouldn't really matter. At the same time, like, I've had girls say, like, even after they tell me in person that it was big, later they get mad at me for whatever reason. And then they're like, oh, I'll tell everyone that you have a small dick. I'm like, you literally told me the other day that I had a big dick. So these chicks are like fickle sometimes. And, they go like, and not only that, but there's always a bigger horse, a faster horse out there than you. Always someone's going to be longer, thicker, faster, richer, taller. It doesn't matter. So at the end of the day, is you got to be happy with who you are, and you are good enough. So This was a very unconventional video, guys, so enjoy it. I don't know if how many of these types of videos I'm gonna make, so hopefully it was a little entertaining, it was a little fun. So if you like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I have some real cool stuff coming up, including the latest hotness, which is vibrations. So here you see my hog with the vibration setup. So I just have some zip tie. I did also order the specialized hog for the vibration setup here. So I'll go ahead and when I get it, I'll go ahead and review it. So, you know, I've been trying out vibrations for a while now. Well, just a couple weeks, and I'll go ahead and make a video on that. I'm thinking of making a stream where I actually do the research on vibrations, come up with a routine. But I've been trying to sort of like, you know, kind of gun-ho right now, and I have some thoughts on it. So anyways, that's coming up. So if you want to hear that, leave a comment, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you check out these other videos which may be relevant to you. And I'll see you next time. Peace.